As you crouch down on the roof of this abandoned drugstore, you look down the scope of the sniper rifle as you see the scene in front of you. About 200 yards down the street, a militech truck is stopped with a 6th Street van parked just to the back of it. The front of the truck, there are two drivers of the truck in militech uniforms. They're not armored in any way, but they're kneeling down and they're handcuffed with their hands around their back. One has a bloody nose, but they're both kind of smiling and they're chatting, and they're chatting to a guy who has a rifle, an assault rifle out, but it's not pointed at them. He's just kind of telling jokes, and he has sort of like a cocky look to him as he's telling jokes, and the guards are loving it. In the back, there's four militech assault security guards, and they're unloading crates and putting them in the back of this 6th Street van, while three 6th Street gang members or foot soldiers help them. Alley Cat, where are you?
So, Alley Cat is hiding sort of probably at the base of the building that Tap is on top of. She's within throwing range of the convoy, the stopped convoy.
And so you are crouched beside an old sort of red box type vending machine that used to give out laser discs back before the hot zone was destroyed in the fourth corporate war. This street is in the hot zone, so it's pretty abandoned in terms of NCPD. There's not a lot of civilians around at all. There's a lot of damage. It's not as destroyed as the hot zone, but this is still a hot zone, still a dangerous area. And Slicks, what are you doing?
Flix is in the building that's just beside this old pharmacy.
Okay.
This old dilapidated Howard Johnson.
Okay.
And
Good old Hojo.
On the old Hojo.
Yeah.
And he's on like the 3rd floor. So
okay.
he's 3 stories above ground level. And what he's done in these old dilapidated rooms, and they're all the old inside of the building, it's been all so weather damaged and the walls are rotted off. And what he's done, he's made this clearing all the way down the floor of holes in the wall, so he can run through them and cover each window that spans the width of this building. So he's got actually a really good view, bird's eye view of the side of all this action taking place. And over top, his stealth suit that he's wearing is his what do you call it? His favorite leather jacket. And he does this thing with the suit because it has this hood. So he brings the hood up right over his brow, and the light kind of disappears. He disappears in the light. So he's just watching by the windows, and he looks to see just in the corner of the one window closest to the pharmacy. He can't even see his friends, but he just looks down there to make sure, just kind of silently check in.
Yeah, and you're right. The hotel's abandoned. It has been used it's been squatted over the years, so it's a lot of graffiti, a lot of drug paraphernalia for a lot of rats. You can hear the squeaking of rats within the walls, and of course the overwhelming stink of a mixture of mildew, cigarette smoke, and the smell of a Howard Johnson, basically. And Balzac, what are you up to?
Balzac is probably about 10 feet away from the convoy. He has been squatting behind a dumpster completely obscured from their view, just waiting for the signal. He's holding his favorite shotgun in his hand. It has a large drum on the bottom of it with a hand-painted icon of a woman, sort of like you might have seen on a Lancaster bomber from World War II, and sort of in a handwritten superscript, it's written Betty over top of the woman's body. and he's getting ready to shoot someone in the face.
So Tab, back to you. This scene comes back to you, and you have that guy with the assault rifle in your crosshairs. And what are you going to do?
First, Tab's going to express some appreciation for Balzac and the magnificent weapon that he has lent to her. Jenny has a delightful sniping scope that she is not used to using, but it's like, okay, like maybe this guy actually knows what he's talking about, at least when it comes to weapons, maybe not anything else. But Tab will sort of survey the scene through her scope and try to pick out the leader of the 6th Street gang and see if she can like pick him out of the crowd. Like if there's someone who looks important but isn't actually doing much.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably, from what you can deduce, the guy who's standing in front of the 2 handcuffed guards.
So like the
At the
one
front
like
of the
sort of joking around.
Yeah.
All right. So Tab is going to take her first shot at that gentleman because she doesn't want to piss Rogue off.
Gotcha. Why don't you take your shot?
All right. How is a math? That's a 9. That's a 13. 22.
That hits.
Yay!
That hits. So roll your damage.
All right. I'm gonna get 5 of these. Do 6s explode on damage?
Oh,
They don't explode on damage, but double
Okay.
6s gives you a critical hit.
Okay. 9, 10, 11, 15. 20 points of sniper damage.
wow. So, where did you hit him?
I want to hit him in the upper torso or like somewhere above the waist.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
the,
want.
the bullet strikes his left shoulder, and you can see him shout out in pain as this burst of blood pops out of the back of his shoulder.
He totally probably deserves it. I don't know why, but I'm sure he does.
Oh, for sure. And let's go into initiative. You didn't get a critical damage. You didn't roll 2 6s, did you?
Alas, I did not. Next time.
Bummer. All right. So Slicks, actually, you hear a crack of the sniper rifle from your right and down a bit.
Okay.
And you hear Gary Rideout scream out in pain as the shot hits his left shoulder. What you gonna do?
From 3 stories up in a completely different direction, Slicks is watching to see, is this guy dead?
No.
Not yet. So
Not yet.
he takes his Malorian arms, his newfound gun, and in the darkness from the window, he shoots at the same person the Tab shot at to make sure the job is done.
All right. So I'm gonna say you're within 26 to 50 meters, so you have to get a 25.
Okay. He's not doing this aimed right now. He's just trying to cause some damage.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a 10 plus my that's 18. That's 28.
Ooh, and don't forget 10s explode.
10s explode.
Yeah, so roll the d10 again and add the next number.
A 1.
Okay, so you got a 29. That hits. So roll your damage.
Okay, so that's 5d6 with this beautiful Malorian arm. I got 2 6s.
Oh, you got a crit. So roll your damage.
Okay, so that's 12, 14, 15, 16.
16. Okay. Not all of it went through as you. So, and then roll me 2d6.
It's a 9.
9. Okay. Oh, so where does your bullet hit him?
So in the same upper torso. He's not aiming on this, but he's just firing. You know, he's above the action as well. So somewhere probably down in his face chest region.
Okay, so you strike him about 3 inches to the right of where Tab struck him, and it tears into his left pec. And just like you can hear him like, oh god, that really hurts as it tears his pectoral muscles, the shreds.
And with that, Slicks runs to as far as he can to go to the next or further window.
Okay, yeah, so you're able to run through the walls, the holes in the walls, about 4 or 5 rooms down, and you're now, I would say, you're now going to be about 15 yards away.
Right.
So Gary spins around and he takes a wild shot with his assault rifle, and odds will be either tabs and evens will be Slicks. So even, so he spots you. No, he doesn't spot you, Slicks, because you've got that cloak, that invisibility. He has no idea what's going on. Not only have you moved from the window that you shot from, he couldn't see from it. So he tries to take a shot at Tab, but he is significantly far away from Tab, so it's not going to be an easy shot. And he fires off a burst from his assault rifle, and it strikes the drugstore about a meter away from you, Tab.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, drugstore.
And with that, we'll go to Tab.
Tab will probably have ducked behind the ledge of the drugstore roof, but will, instead of taking aim at the first gentleman, I'd like to aim at one of the men that he's guarding on the grounds that are like, they look like they're like fake prisoners.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
And I'd like to take an aimed shot. I am confident in Jenny's performance here.
Okay, so that's a +8. I did kind of overestimate how far away. I'm going to say you're 100 yards away from where this is.
Okay.
And so you're going to need to make a 23.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna hold on to our butts then, because I have a +13. So please be a 10. Holy shit, y'all! That's a 10.
Oh, no way! So roll again.
And that's a 4.
Okay.
So a 27.
So you struck him in the head.
Yes, I did.
So you get double damage. So roll your 5d6 and then times it by 2.
Well, these are good rolls.
So it's to clarify, it's the damage that goes through the armor that's doubled.
Well, he's not wearing any armor on his head.
Okay. I stand corrected.
That's 25 points of damage before it's doubled.
Goodness gracious. So, did you roll a crit by any chance?
No, I only rolled 1 6. The rest were 5s and a 4.
Well, the good news is it's critically, fatally damaged. Anyway.
Yay!
So the bullet hits him right between the eyes, and his head just explodes in a shower of mist and gore.
That is horrifying and delightful.
As he folds backwards, and his friend just screams as pieces of his head is all over his buddy.
Make fun of me for my shooting skills now, Balzac.
So with that, the gang and the military officers go into action. 2 of them take cover behind the 6th Street van, and they will fire with their assault rifles up at where Tab is. The first one full blast, and it misses again, shattering the old marquee of the drugstore, the Shoppers Drug Market, as it shatters into a million pieces onto the ground. The other one fires off too, but also misses it, and it slams into an old cola machine, and as old cans of cola explode, or cola, we don't want to be sued. The other ones will fire up at the windows where Slicks had shot from, although there's no one there, so they just light up that window. And one of them, the military guard, pulls out. He doesn't have a rifle, but it's like it's a larger. It looks like a giant shotgun, and he aims it over at the drugstore and he pops it. He fires the trigger, and this large grenade comes out of the rifle and flies at the Shoppers Drug Market, and it misses.
Oh, thank God.
Barely misses. It veers off about over your head and strikes, you know, on a roof where sometimes there's that door, kind of that little outcropping of it, and that just explodes in a fiery burst. And he fires another one.
Oh God.
This one lands in front of the Shoppers Drug Market, explodes, shattering half the wall next to the door on the other side of where Alley Cat is. And Alley Cat, you kind of have to shield your face as debris goes flying all over, but the red box that you're standing beside it absorbs much of the damage from the debris. The three other militech guys, they open up with their assault rifles. First one also misses. Second one misses, and so does the third one. So the facade of this drugstore is just getting destroyed and lit up as they're trying to kill Tab. And we'll go to Balzac.
So Balzac is hiding behind the dumpster, and it sounds like all of the attention is away from him because he's been patiently, silently waiting for his chance. So he would like to sneak around the front of the dumpster. You said that two of the militech guys hid behind the van?
Yes, that's right.
So in theory, since I was on the other side of the street, they're like facing the other way but hiding on my side, so I can just sort of walk up to them?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to walk up behind one of them, and I'm going to put my shotgun at the back of their head, and I'm going to do an aimed shot at their brain.
Ooh, goodness.
I'm going to put 2 points of luck into the shot, and I use my solo power to put all of my points into damage. 22 points of damage to his skull.
And you're using a slug?
Yeah.
Okay. So 22 minus his armor.
He's wearing a helmet?
Yeah, they're wearing helmets. But it's exactly what you needed. So you blow the back of the head off of this 6th Street gang member. And his partner is taken aback as he's also covered with gore from his friend. And he yelps out a yell. Yeah.
As he looks back and sees the visceral shower of his friend's brain and skull covering his head, Balzac is going to lean in and he's going to say, "Hello there, you folk doodle. You're next."
All right. And with that, we'll go to Alley Cat.
So, Alley Cat's going to sort of pop out from behind this red box. And she's going to yell the phrase that she set up with her friends beforehand, telling them to basically, like, duck and cover and look away. And she yells,
"Fuck militech!"
in the deepest voice she can manage. And she pulls a flashbang grenade out of her pants, where she was storing them. And
As you do.
As one does, and just...
And where do you launch it? Closer to where the behind the truck and the van, or closer to where the guards or Gary and the last surviving driver is?
How many actual militech people, like where are the actual militech people remaining? Is it just the one that Gary is standing in front of?
So there's 3 6th Street gang members left. And there's 4 militech guys left. The 4 militech guys are standing behind the transport truck, the military truck, and 2 of the remaining 6th Street gang members are behind the van that was being loaded. One of them just to one that is dead, and then there's one that's kind of between the van and the truck, and he's the one with the grenade launcher.
I think Alley Cat would want to get as many of the militech people as possible. Rogue did tell them to get rid of all of the militech and as much of the 6th Street as possible. So whatever will get me closest to there.
Yeah, so you can, you're gonna run from the drugstore?
I'm gonna throw, well, will I need to
you're
get
gonna throw the
closer to...
grenade.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the grenade.
If you were to throw the grenade, you could probably aim it towards the guy with the grenade launcher, and that would get the guys from the military. It would get one of the 6th Street guys and 4 of the militech guys.
All right, that sounds like what I want to do then.
Perfect. So make your throw.
All right, and previously when I throw grenades, that's been an athletics check. Wow. That's gonna be a 19.
All right. So the grenade has a beautiful arc as you put a little bit of spin on it, and it lands between the militech guys and the gang member, the 6th Street gang member, and it explodes. So what is the effect?
So the effect is that anyone who is within range of the attack has to attempt to beat a DV15 resist torture and drugs check, and if they fail, they suffer both the damaged eye and the damaged ear critical injuries for a minute. But there's no like damage, it's just the critical injury.
All right, well, let's take a look at this. So, oh, but I've got a 14 in total. So so the guy with the grenade launcher is deafened, and you burst his eardrums. The militech folks. Yeah, sorry.
And he takes the critical eye injury too. Both of them, his eyes and his ears.
All right.
So, damaged eye means -2 to ranged attacks and perception checks involving vision. And that is a paramedic DV15, in case that is relevant to you as the storyteller. The damaged ear, whenever you move further than 4 meters or yards on foot in a turn, you cannot take a move action. And you take a -2 to perception checks involving hearing, but...
Well, I've got better news, because every single one of the militech folks failed that roll. I didn't roll above a 4. They needed a 5. Well, I know they needed to beat the 5, so they needed a 6, but I didn't roll above a 4 on all of them. So, very well done. You did it. Are you going to move anywhere?
She is going to... I don't think I have enough movement to go, like, behind the building, but I have enough just to get back behind the red box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna hide behind the red box again.
Right. Slicks? Oh, did Slicks freeze?
Slicks looks frozen.
Uh-oh. And it looks like he might have dropped out. Okay, so we'll skip Slicks, and we'll go straight to... So Gary will attack, and he will... he saw someone come out of the red... He saw Alley Cat, so he's going to take a shot. He's going to scooch over. He's going to run until he can get a clear shot at you. And he's going to take a shot. But he is... The assault rifle just tears into the red box. Just barely missing. You can almost smell his bullets. Whatever a bullet smells like.
Is there a way for me to descend from the roof safely or move on to another roof before taking another shot?
Not really, no. Your easy way down has just been destroyed by a grenade. And,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would like to take a regular shot at the remaining fellow that was kneeling next to the guy whose brains I blew out. That's a 16.
That is exactly what you needed, because you need to beat a 15 to hit.
Oh, that is only 10 points of damage.
And not all of it went through, so...
But it's better than nothing.
And Slicks will go back to you, so you can take a shot.
All right. So it's after all the carnage that is going on below him, he runs again to the other end of the building.
Okay.
And now he's at the complete far window.
Yeah.
And
So now you have a clear shot, and what you see, and they're only, I would say, maybe 10 yards away from you.
Okay.
You can see the backs of the truck. So at about 10 meters, you can see 2 6th Street gang members, a slumped body with a head missing, and Balzac with a shotgun. And he is like right next to these 2 6th Streeters. And about 2 meters up a bit are 4 militech guys. And you can't see the guy with the grenade launcher. He's now hidden behind your angle. You can't see him. He's hidden behind the
Okay. With all this, Slicks is going to be shooting at the one of the 6th Street gang members that Balzac doesn't have at the end of his barrel.
Okay.
So sort of the free one, I guess.
Yep. Go for it.
All right. And he's going to do this. He's going to, because he's getting a little cocky now, he actually sticks his arm out the window and he aims the shot right for this guy's head.
Okay, so you need to get a 23 or a beat a 23.
I rolled a 10. Let me roll again. So that's 10, 9, that's so far that's 28.
Roll your damage. Hot shot.
Okay, I got a 4. Okay. With this Malorian arm that just sounds so good when you shoot it.
Oh, it's so loud.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like somebody firing off a cannon.
17.
Did you happen to roll 2 6s?
I did not.
You describe the scene of you blowing this guy's head off.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, you know, like when RoboCop fired his gun, and this thing just again. It's also like those moments in District 9 where they turn into like a red mist. That's what happens with this guy's head. It just goes. There's no chunks or anything. It's like someone took a spray bottle of blood and sprayed it close to his buddy, and Balzac gets a bit of it too.
Lovely.
That's
Lovely.
horrifying.
You guys are disgusting. You need help.
And then no one can see it, but this like invisible snaky arm goes back into the window, and Slicks is just like, yes.
All right, so it's the gang member's turn. So the one with the grenade launcher fires at the drugstore, and he crit fails. And because he's disoriented and kind of doesn't know what the hell he's doing, he fires down, and the grenade hits the side of the truck and bounces back at him and explodes.
I mean, that sounds bad for him, but good for us.
Doing our jobs for us.
All right. Well, so he oh man, and then he fires again, but he misses. But it strikes just above the door where Alicat is, and it finally collapses. That bit of the ceiling collapses, and it falls right on top of Alicat. And we'll get back to Alicat in a moment. But you see a bit of the roof start to collapse, Tab, and you can hear Alicat kind of scream, "Oh shit!" as this building starts to collapse in front of you. The gang member right next to you, Balzac, spins around, and he goes to fire his a full burst right point blank at you with this assault rifle, which is a bad idea because you need a 30 to hit, and he does not get that. So he just sprays around you. He's panicking at this point. The militech guys are a little bit more disciplined. They all turn towards you and they go to fire off. So the first one, he's at a -2 because he has been crit. This 15 misses. Second guy, that's a 10. Yeah, he hits.
What did you get?
Well, he rolled a 22 with an assault rifle.
All right, 22. You say. Well, I will use. I will use 4 points of luck. That gets me a 26. And Balzac just steps out of the way, and he holds up a finger, and he wags it.
Okay, so the second guy shoots, and I was looking at the first guy. I accidentally rolled on the assault rifle or the sniper rifle table instead. Sorry, but he would have still missed the first guy. But the third militech guy, that's he rolls an 18. Gary, does that hit you?
I got a 21 evasion, and Balzac will step the other side of the way, and he will hold up his finger, and he will wag it.
And the last guy, he rolls a 17, which does that hit you?
Let's see. Yes, it does. I rolled a 1.
All right. He was doing full auto, and that's only one over what he needed to hit you, so he does a negligible 3 points of damage. It's only like 1 bullet grazes you.
He's too intimidated.
Balzac.
Balzac is going to look at the ganger who's standing beside him, and he's going to point the shotgun at his head.
Okay, make your shot.
Oh, it was a 10. Okay, so that's a 33 aim shot at his head.
Okay, that hits. Do your damage.
Okay.
Now you're attacking the
The ganger right beside.
Yeah, there's another one left.
And he's gonna get 24 points of damage. And as the shot rings out, and the chamber clears, he's going to whisper to the guy that he's about to shoot, "There's no life after death. It's just a void."
He couldn't hear anything because as he's trying to process what you just said, his light goes out as you erase his head.
And he's going to turn around and look at the militech guys, and he's going to flex his fingers, and he's going to say, "All right, who's next?"
Alicat, you you start coughing. You've got that sensation where it's ringing in your ears and everything's kind of slowed, like in every war movie where something explodes near you. You're lying on the ground. There's debris on you. You've taken about 5 points of damage.
Can I still move my limbs?
Yes.
Can I see, like, into the larger space or out of the collapsed area?
Because now there's no walls or the red box is toppled over. You're in open space. You just have some debris on you. And Gary Rideout the third is about 8 meters away from you.
Okay. Where's the guy with the grenade launcher?
He's about 15 yards away, or 15 meters away from you. He's still the exact same spot. He's between the truck and the van.
And still kind of like, if I aim towards him, I'll probably get all the militech dudes? Or the remaining ones?
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm just gonna take another grenade out of my pants and take another wind up.
Well,
Do you need to know which one that is?
I want to be surprised. So why don't you roll your throw?
Alright. That's a 16.
The grenade lands again between the militech guys and the only one that's paying attention is the guy with the grenade launcher, but he is frozen in fear as it lands between them, and it explodes. And what happens?
Sure. So, the attack itself does no damage. So everyone who is within range needs to attempt to beat a DV13 resist torture and drugs check.
Okay, so the grenade launcher guy, he fails.
Hmm.
And then the militech guy, that's a pass. Give me one sec. Yeah, so one of them fails. The militech guy fails.
Okay, so the one who fails, he is enveloped by this cloud of neon green gas. There's a poison grenade. And
Are
so
you committing a war crime right now?
I probably am, actually. This is not the first time Alley Cat has committed a war crime, I think.
Somewhere Hans Blix is just shaking his head.
Ooh, well, he's gonna take 9 damage, and this ignores armor because armor was not interacted with. Because he's just inhaling that. It's going right in.
Well, that's what you needed to finish off the guy with the grenade launcher. He starts choking, and then he drops to his knees, and he expires. The militech guy takes 9 points of damage, but he's still up. And with that, we'll go back to Slicks.
Slicks is smiling to himself, and he gets up, and he runs again. So now he's in the middle of the... He started at one end of the building, he ran all the way to the other end of the building, and now he's running to the middle window.
Okay, so now you just the way you can see one of the militech guys kind of peering behind the corner of the back of the truck, and you can see Gary Rideout. And of course, there's still the kneeling handcuffed guy who's still alive and pissing his pants.
I think Slicks is gonna risk a shot at this Gary Rideout guy.
Yeah.
Piece of crap. Like, this
The
must
worst.
be that piece of crap Rogue was talking about. He does another aim shot. He's feeling himself pretty well, so he does another aim shot at this guy.
Okay, so you're gonna have to beat a 23.
How's a 22?
Not enough, unfortunately.
Which is also -8 because it's base. So.
Yeah. So you fire off your hand cannon, and a huge chunk of concrete goes splashing up as right beside Gary Rideout the third's feet. He goes, "Oh shit!" So Gary spins around and he fires his rifle up at you. In return, and that is exactly what he needed, was a 16. But since he's doing full auto, he does get the multiply. So he does 4 points of damage as one of the bullets grazes you.
Okay.
And with that, Tab, it's your turn.
All right. So I have been nervously watching all of my friends wreck this place through my scope. Is there anyone like leaving the scene that I should take care of so that they can't tell anyone what happened?
No, not yet. You can see one of the militech guys just taking half cover behind the truck. You can see there's still the kneeling driver handcuffed on the ground, and of course there's Gary Rideout the third.
Oh, well, Sir the Third, you are my new target. So yes, I would like to try and hit him, please.
Go for it.
Okay, that fell into the... Oh, that's a 10. Okay, that's pretty good. And 10s do the 10 thing again. So 10 plus 13 plus 8 is a lot.
And this wasn't a called shot?
It was not. It was just a normal, I hope I hit you shot.
Well, you definitely hit, so roll your damage.
11. I used all of my good rolls on that first one.
So you strike him in the chest, but it hits his Kevlar armor, and it doesn't seem to punch through. But it does. He screams, "Ow! That's gonna leave a bruise."
Good. Fuck you. Oh, Balzac's gun is making me swear.
I don't like this new Tab. And the gang members. So the militech guys, they're gonna. Gary's the obvious choice. He's still in the open, and he is between a 7 and 12 meters away. So the DC is the DV is a 16. So the first guy shoots. Ooh, that's a 10. So 14, that's a 23.
Right, let's see if that hits. I rolled an 8. So I got 24. And Balzac is going to sidestep out of the way and he's going to raise his finger.
Okay. Second militech guy does the same thing. Oh, 16. That's a 26.
Okay. Well, I need a 10 for this, I think. Which I did not get.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So 2d6 times 4. So that's 48 points of damage.
Okay. So that's reduced by 11, so 37.
And then we're going to do a crit.
Okay.
So you'll take another 5, and one of the bullets wedges itself into your foot.
Okay.
And now, anytime you move more than 5 meters in a round, you re-suffer this critical injuries bonus damage directly to your hit points.
Okay.
Yikes, that was a shot. And then the other guy will fire at Slicks. Well, Slicks is going to be taking 32 points of damage.
Well, shit.
Balzac.
Okay. But he's going to sort of walk his 5 meters around the van, and he's going to go sort of right into Gary Rideout III's face. And he's going to wield his shotgun, and he's going to clear the chamber. The drum is going to spin, and he's going to look him right in the eye. And he said, "I bet your dad was really nice in high school. I don't know how you became a fucking prick." And he's going to shoot at him.
Okay. Good shot.
That is a 22 to hit. 25.
You kill him. You blast a hole into his chest as he falls backwards on his back.
And then he's going to look down at the guy who's handcuffed, and he has his friend's brain and skull on him. He has Gary Rideout III's chesticles all over him, and Balzac is going to look him in the eye, and he's going to say, "I bet you feel pretty bad now about your lot, you square wheel. You're next."
And Alley Cat.
How far am I from the corpse of the grenade launcher guy?
You're about 20 meters away.
Okay. And how close is the closest living combatant to me?
About 24 meters away.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to go over there. Is there cover between me and the other person?
Not if you're going to run up towards the grenade launcher, which I think you're going to do.
Oh no, I'm just running closer. I have 14 meters of movement, so I'm just trying to figure out the.
Yeah, you could
best-
get. Yeah, you could get. You could find some cover for sure. You could go right into the front of the transport truck, like. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna run up that away. How many people remain? How many combatants remain?
There are 4 militech guards behind this truck.
Behind the truck. Okay. They're on the other side of the truck?
Yeah.
That I'm behind?
Yeah. That you're in front
Cool.
of. You're in front of the truck. They're behind the truck.
Cool. So if I just take a grenade and I just like lay up right over this truck, how's that?
Yes, make your roll.
All right.
So
17.
the grenade arcs over the truck and lands just behind them, and explodes.
Cool. Well, this is this one that I've pulled out of my pants is my very best friend, the armor-piercing grenade.
Oh, okay.
So, arguably by 2 instead of 1.
Okay. Does it have the armor value or anything like that?
No, and it doesn't say what the damage normally is on the table I'm looking at. What is the normal damage for the grenade?
I think a grenade is 66 damage.
66. Oh no, I only have 4. Give me a moment so I can roll all these d6s. 19 damage. 19 armor piercing damages.
It explodes. It does a lot of damage. You hit them. You're not happy about it.
I love it when they're not happy.
Slicks.
Okay, so Slicks is not seriously wounded, but he's close to being seriously wounded.
Okay.
In my mind, this hits so hard, his stealth suit kind of now just like dematerializes him, so he's kind of in the light now. And he's like, oh, god damn. Uses his movement to fly to another window.
Yep.
Points his gun out. And he's just going after any Arasaka, or sorry, any militech guy that he can.
So you have a clear shot at all 4 of them because you run back to the end of the building.
Okay, great.
Take the shot. So yeah, take your shot.
So now he's just going over. No aim shots. He's just sticking his gun out, firing at these guys.
Just speed of 50.
Easy. That's a 25.
Easy. You shoot him. You hit him. Roll your
Okay.
damage.
That's 5d6.
That is yeah. So your bullet strikes the chest of one of the military, and he spins around and he drops down on his face, expired.
Yeah.
Gary Rideout is dead. Tab.
Tap's gonna give out like a little cheer to herself, like yes, when she sees that Mr. the Third has fallen. And how are the folks behind the van looking?
You only have a clear shot at one of them, but there's also the driver who's still alive.
Yeah, that feels like a good plan. I will let Alley Cat grenade the rest of the folks. So I think I actually have to change clips in my sniper rifle. And so I'll take a minute to do that, and then I will aim for the driver. And that is a 7 plus 13. That is a 20.
That is a hit.
So you should not have to reload because it does have a clip of 8.
Oh, it has a clip of 8.
Yeah,
Okay, I
because
thought it had.
reloading is an action, which is going to become relevant on my turn. Just to clarify.
Well, in that case, then I will take Balzac as his 8 clip word.
Yep.
That's 5. And, that's 6 and 7 and a 6. So math 13 points of damage.
Okay, he's still up.
Damn it.
So he takes another plug. Oh, I'm unarmed. Stop shooting me.
Having a bad day, friend.
The military folks. Okay, so one is going to fire up at Slips, but they miss around the window. The second one will do the same thing. Around the window, misses. The other one will take a shot at Balzac, who is out in the open near Gary, but he also misses. And the bullets spray on the tarmac, not on the plane. The asphalt in front of you. And Balzac, it's your go.
Balzac is going to dip around the van, and the drum of his shotgun is going to engage and flip a new bullet and drop the cartridge. And he's going to sort of hold up the gun so that the militech guys can see Betty underneath the drum. And he's going to say, "This is the only woman that I'll ever love. She'll be the last woman you fuckers ever see." And he's going to shoot the militech. I'm assuming that a 31 is going to hit them?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 16, 17, 22 points of damage.
You killed. So I believe there's only one left.
And Balzac is going to look at him and he's going to say, "Oi, you fuck muppet. Why don't you just lay down your arms? Go peacefully. Or we can do it the hard way, which, to be fair, is my preference."
Alley Cat. There's one left. Well, there's the driver still alive, but the one armed guard is behind. But although he's, you might hit Balzac with that grenade if you throw it there.
Mm.
But
So-
probably not. But if you roll good enough.
But I could if I tried. If I believe.
Yeah, I believe in you.
If I believe in myself.
I believe you can die.
So the driver, is the driver militech or?
Yeah.
Okay. And how close are both of those people to me?
So the guard is at the end of this truck, so like maybe 13 meters away, and the driver is almost point blank. He's maybe 3 or 4 meters away from you.
Sure. So Alley Cat's going to run up. Is the window open? Or the door?
Yep.
Yeah. So Alley Cat's gonna run up to the side of this truck,
Yeah.
and she's gonna kind of like sort of parkour run up until she can get a hold on the windowsill,
Yep.
and pull herself up like a freaky little jack-in-the-box. And she's not even gonna say anything. She's just gonna pull her gun out of her pants. Boom.
Well, the driver's not in the truck. The driver.
Oh, he's
the driver,
not in the truck.
No, the two drivers were taken out of the truck and knelt down on the ground.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was one of the prisoners. Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the prisoners. Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a lot less cool. She's just
It
gonna
is a
turn
lot
around
less
and
cool.
shoot him. Okay.
I was gonna say, how big are Alley Cat's pants?
I
He's got a
know.
whole arsenal in there, man.
I mean, like, yoga pants are really stretchy.
They are.
Fair enough.
All right, that's gonna be a 15.
Yeah, that's a hit.
7 damage.
That is exactly what you needed to take this guy out.
Perfect.
So he is dead.
Sure, and if she runs, can she use her movement between shots?
Yep.
All right, she's gonna hang around the side and see if she can shoot this other buddy too.
Go for it.
Hey, buddy. I don't think so because that's a 1.
Well,
So I don't. Hmm.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh, no.
that's a crit miss. So.
Yeah, no.
All right, Slicks. There's one left.
Six is like, fuck. And he puts the Malorian arms down. And he goes back behind him, tucked behind him in his old heavy pistol.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck this guy. And he doesn't aim it, but he shoots one.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm rolling 10s like a hot pocket tonight. So that's 28.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Want to do the damage on that one?
Yes. Okay, but now he's looking. So this is only 3d6. So that's 9 is the first damage for the first one. But then, because it's his old heavy pistol, he gets to shoot again.
Yeah.
So, pop! One more time. Oh, and that's a 21.
That's a hit.
Yep. And then he shoots his damage again. Oh, that's 7. So 16 total.
Describe to us how this guy falls.
Oh, yeah. So he's the last one that was on his knees, right?
Yeah. No. He's standing behind the truck. He's the
Oh.
one that he shot you.
Oh, well, this guy, because it's not an aim shot, but also Slicks it from above, he gets him kind of right in the neck. So just a chunk of his neck blows off. And he goes to put his hand on his neck, but his hand goes like into his neck and just like, it's like someone turned a faucet on in his skull. All this blood just goes, and he just slams his head against the van door and slides off of it and slumps onto the ground like a rotten cantaloupe.
And as he slides down to the ground with his head against the truck, he leaves a smear of blood as the blood pans over the camera and ends this episode.
Yeah.